If you only ever watch one video in your whole life about obtaining your dream body, please let it be this one, because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. No bullshit, no fads, no cheating. I'm going to give you the real deal. No gatekeeping. We all basically want the same thing, right? We want to look hot, and there's nothing wrong with that. But most of us do go completely the wrong way about getting there. And it's through no fault of your own. It's through the massive amount of misinformation that is out there in the industry. Fad diets, crazy supplements, things that are probably incredibly detrimental to our health in the long term that we don't even realize that we're doing. We end up getting burnt out, wrecked, destroying our relationship with food and ourselves likely in the process. And we actually never achieve what we set out to achieve in the first place. Surely there is something wrong here. And this is where I want to help you make a change. There really is only one method that we should be using to try and achieve our dream body. And I beg you to keep watching this video so you can take on board my advice. You can actually achieve that dream body and look hot AF, because you freaking deserve to. Number one, you need to lift weights. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you're scared you're going to get bulky. You're not. I don't care if you are nervous about getting to the gym. I don't care. Figure out a way to lift weights. It needs to happen. Number two, you need to eat protein. You need to prioritize getting at least 2 grams per kg of body weight every single day. Don't tell me it's too hard. Don't tell me you can't do it. Don't tell me the day gets away with you. I don't care. You need to make sure you're eating 2 grams per kg of body weight. Trust me, it's not that hard. Number 3, you need to make sure you're eating whole foods at least 80% of the time. If you eat shit, you are going to feel like shit. If you fill your body with processed foods, you're going to feel like crap. And it's going to reflect in your physique, your motivation, your drive, your energy, all of these things that we need to be optimal to achieve that dream body. So make sure you eat real food. Stick to whole foods and cut out the processed crap. It's not serving you. Number 4, you need to weigh your food and you need to track your calories. That's it. Don't tell me I don't have time to put my food on a scale. What is the difference between weighing your food, putting your food into a bowl on the countertop? There is no difference. No time wasted. Get efficient with it. Figure out a way. It's one of those things that you just need to do. If you want that dream body, if you want to be above average, this is something that you're going to have to do. So stop coming up with excuses and figure out a way to make it work. You don't need to weigh your food every single day. You don't need to track every single thing every single day. It doesn't need to be perfect. Actually, far from it, because we can't be exact with how many calories we're burning, how many calories we're consuming anyway. You just got to give it a go. You got to try and you got to be consistent. If you eat the same thing every single day, fine. Track Monday. Eat the same thing for the rest of the week. You don't need to worry about it. But we need to figure out how much we're consuming, how much we're taking in, so we can obviously then gauge how much we're expending and whether we're eating the right amounts in accordance with our goals. Number 5, you probably need to move more. Stop sitting on your ass. Genuinely. Most of us barely hit 5,000 steps a day, and that's just not good enough. I'm sorry, it's just not good enough for your dream body, but also for your overall health. I think we should be aiming for at least 10K, ideally 12 to 15. We're active humans. We're made to walk. That is literally what we are designed to do. So you got to use those legs. You got to use those legs. You got to move. You got to walk. Stop sitting on your ass. It's going to contribute to a whole host of issues down the line, injuries, so many things. Honestly, walking is so powerful and it's so underrated. Make that a priority. If you can't hit 10K, aim for 7. Aim for a range of between 7 to 15,000 steps a day, and you're sweet. You need to make number 6. You need to make sure you're sleeping at least 7 to 9 hours a night. 6 is not good enough. 5 is not good enough. Actually, 7 hours of shit sleep is not good enough. You need to make sure that you're sleeping and you need to make sure that the quality of your sleep is there. Make this a priority. I don't care if you don't have time. Again, it's one of those that doesn't matter. Find time from somewhere else. Sacrifice something else so you can give more to your sleep. If we could bottle up sleep in a supplement and sell it, we would all be millionaires and we'd all be obsessed with it. We'd all be addicted. Okay? So why the hell would you not just sleep more? Because you've got that for free. So powerful for body composition, for your hunger hormones, for ensuring you're able to be compliant with a calorie deficit if that's what you need to reach your goals, for recovery, for muscle mass, for your everything, literally everything. You need to be sleeping. Number 7, you need to stick to this plan for longer than a bloody month. A month is not long enough. Okay? We need to give it time. We need to be patient. Patience and consistency are key. We massively overestimate what we can do in a month and we underestimate what we can do in a year. So a month comes by and we think, oh, I've not made any progress. So this obviously isn't working. When actually, if you probably just gave it another month or another 2 months, another 3 months, you would have seen huge progress. Our issue usually lies with the fact that we give up too early. Don't be the person that gives up. Keep going. Give it a year. Number 8, you need to cut all the outside noise. There is so much misinformation on social media. There are so many people telling you, you need to do this. You need to take this supplement. You need to eat this food. This is magic. This form of exercise is essential. It doesn't matter. cut it all out. If we get so bogged down with always looking for the next new thing, that shiny object syndrome, we're never going to get anywhere. We need to pick a lane and we need to stick with that. Pick this plan, stick with it. Tunnel vision, cut all the outside noise, and I promise you it's going to get so much further than you trying a new thing every single month. Number 9, you need to accept that if you want to be above average, you need to do above average things forever, full stop, which means you'll probably need to always work harder than the average person. You'll need to put more effort in, and this will never stop. And once you come to terms with that, and once you accept that actually this is how you're going to now live your life, and this is your lifestyle, you're so much more likely to see results and continue to see results long term, and they will snowball and snowball and snowball. But you need to accept that you're going to have to put in more work because you want something above average. You want something that most of the general population cannot obtain. That makes you different, that makes you better, and you need to put in harder graft. And you need to be okay with that. You need to accept that. Yeah, you do. Number 10, you need to be okay with the fact that this whole process is probably going to take far longer than you initially expect. But that's okay, because the longer you are on the path, the more progress you're going to see. And the longer you're on that path and the more commitment you give, the more skin in the game you have, the harder it's going to be for you to veer off, the less likely you're going to want to veer off. And it just becomes your lifestyle. So it's okay if it takes longer, because the more you invest, the more work you're going to put in, the more likely you're going to want to give to this. You're going to give more and more and more. And that effort, that above average effort, is going to snowball. And the initial result that you wanted, that you dreamed of, once you achieve that, you're just going to think, all right, I'm here. This is it. It's so ingrained in me. I can do better. What's next? Where can I go from here? And that is where we get from our initial, that's my dream body, to, oh my God, I'm now here. And I never imagined I could get here, but I did it. Stay in the game. It's going to take longer than you anticipate, but that's okay. And we expect that. And actually, that's necessary. Number 11, final point, probably my favorite one. If you can't do it forever, you're not going to be able to keep your results forever. What got you here is going to keep you here. If you then veer back to your old behaviors, your old habits, you're going to veer back to that old version of yourself. And you don't want that. You put in all this work. What's the point in putting in all this work if you are then going to just veer back to your old habits, your old behaviors, and you lose it? What is the point in that? There is no point in working so hard just to keep a physique for a week or 2 weeks. You need to make sure that what you're doing, your method, the approach that you're taking, you're able to stick to forever so you can see those results forever. Because ultimately, that is success. Getting to a destination is not successful if you can't keep it. What's the point? That it's not successful. You haven't achieved what you set out to achieve. Getting to that destination and staying there and continuing to improve upon that year after year after year after year until you're in the grave, that is success. That is what it means to achieve a phenomenal physique. You have to be able to achieve that dream physique and keep it forever, right? We have to be able to do both. If you can't keep the result, if you can't keep the up with the lifestyle forever, you won't keep the result forever. We will have times where we turn the dial up, we turn the dial down. Sometimes we have a little bit more flexibility and freedom. Sometimes we really don't. We're really frigid and we're making sacrifices. But that's a part of the journey. You're always going to have to be in this part of the journey. As I said, if you want to be above average, you've got to do above average things, and you have to do that forever. You have to be okay that this is your new lifestyle forever. And if you're not happy with that, you need to shift some things around and make sure it fits. Make sure that your efforts are aligned with your expectations, and your expectations and your efforts are also aligned with what you value. Once you have these 3 things, you have an approach that you can stick to forever. You have a life that you enjoy, and you will develop a physique that you are obsessed with. Those are my 11 tips to getting your dream physique. And I really hope that you've taken a lot from this video. I hope it's made you excited about building your dream physique. And if you know that you want to build your dream physique, but you really have no idea how to start or how to get there, or you just need guidance, you can apply to work with me one-to-one, or you can apply for my Transform Club group coaching. All of the information will be there in the show notes, and you can head over to my website to see the girls that I've worked with, to get a little bit more insight about what I do and how I coach. And I hope to see you there.